Okay, Keir, so 3 points at home against Wootton Bassett. A flawless performance, I thought. You must be absolutely delighted with that.
Before I talk about the game today, just want to send our best wishes to Josh Bright. I know he's a huge figure at the football club before I was here, and he's very well thought after here at the football club. So all the best, Brighty, and hope you get well soon, mate. And leading on to today, yeah, brilliant, as you said, faultless from start to finish. Probably most perfect team performance I could have asked for. Really difficult conditions. 3-0 up at half-time makes for a difficult team talk, as any manager would tell you. I think they had a good chance to pull one back about 10-15 minutes into the second half. Alan Griffin from the header, who normally will be lethal from there, and he missed, luckily for us. And then they go down to 10 men in the game, then sort of swings back into us being on the front foot again. And again, like I spoke to you on Tuesday midweek, could have probably been 4 or 5 if a couple of other boys take their chances. But can't be too greedy. 3-0 home win in the derby, and been a really good week, 6-point week. So happy days.
And going in at half time, 3-0 up, was it a concern at all that we might concede a couple goals in the second half?
Maybe not a concern that we concede, but just that if we could drop our standards, there's a time that you're going to do it is when you're comfortable at 3-0, and I didn't want that to happen, so I made sure that the boys were aware. They've been playing long enough, a lot of them now experienced heads, so it was important that they managed the game properly, and were very professional, and they went out of a bit of a whimper. I know they'll probably be disappointed, especially with their first half performance, but they are a good side. They've got some really, really good players that have been about, Alan Griffin and Mills up top for those as good as you're going to play against this season. But I think that the appetite shown by our boys today as a team, as a unit, as a collective, didn't carry one player. Made good subs at the right times, and they came on and done a tremendous job for us. And I can't really pick out too many individuals, but first start for Ryan Bath was tremendous. Really good assist for Higgs' first. Sean Keat, who come in today, man mountain of a bloke, known him a couple of years now, come in faultless, alongside Coops at centre half, who again was brilliant, great leadership. But Matt Swan right back was probably my man of the match. I know that Higgy will always get the headlines after scoring 2, and his second goal was out of this world. So he'll always get the plaudits from the fans. But like, I can talk about my back four. There's nothing better as a manager to have a proper unit as a back four. And today was another really, really determined, gutsy display defensively. They threw their bodies on the line in blocks and tackles, and were on the front foot with winning headers and second balls. So the back four was hard to pick out of all 4 of them, to be honest, who was probably the standout. But I'd probably say Swanee would probably get my man of the match today. Matty Jenkins worked the line really well and took some of the load off of Higgs, and Bathia went with a more direct front 3. And then when Bathia started to feel a little bit leggy, Matty come on and he could have got a couple again like he did in midweek. It was a really, really pleasing display, a great afternoon, 6-point week, and then we probably go into the toughest December you could probably write in terms of fixtures. 4 away games and a local derby in there, and then you go into high-flying Cribs, who have been in the top 2 all season, next week away. If we can get absolutely anything out of that game, it's going to be a bonus, so we'll have to be on top of our game. But the boys will have a week to prepare for it, and we'll prepare properly. We'll train in the week, we'll get organised, and we'll look forward to a really, really good game of football next week. So I can't really say much more about the boys at this part of the season. I don't think anyone would have imagined, with the squad that we've got since I took over and the league position, I think we might have moved up to 4th. I'm not sure on some of the final results. I think there were a couple of still playing before the results come in. So we'll have a look at that, and we'll have a look at the fixtures coming up. But like I said to you back in August and September, that we don't get too excited, when you had good results like today, and we don't get too down in the dumps when we have bad ones against Westbury. We take each game as they come. The group have been together now a fair old time. That's 20 games, and we've probably had the same faces week in, week out from the first game of the season to the last. And I think everyone around the club, including the chairman, will be really happy with that. So hopefully that we can all have a beer now and unwind and know that it's a job well done.
I find it difficult to pick out any faults in the lads today, but if I were to nitpick, are you disappointed that maybe we didn't score more goals in the second half, especially when they went down to 10 men?
If I'm being really greedy, I would have loved to have had 4 and 5. We had the chances as well. Their keepers pulled off a couple of good saves as some flashed along the box. We had one cleared off the line, probably a couple of bad misses as well. So yeah, if I'm going to be really, really nitpicking, like you said, you could have dreamt for 4, 5 and 6, but I think that would have been harsh. And Wootton Bassett, they're a really top side, and I just think that it came down to appetite and desire today, and we wanted it more.
And next Saturday, Cribs away. Obviously, as you've just touched on, they've been in the top 2 for all season, but they have been dropping points recently. Are you almost glad to be playing them now rather than at the start of the season?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you would have played him in that first 10, 15 games of the season, they were absolutely flying and untouchable. And he's done a really good job there, Luffer, since he's taken over. And I know he'll probably give me a bit of stick on social media saying that we're the underdogs going into it. But you can't really say anything else. You know, they've been in the top 1 or 2 for the whole season near enough. So they'll be one of the teams that will be looking to win the title. And like I said to you, if we can get absolutely anything down there, it will come away with that, and we'll be really thankful.